Hey up, me ducks! Not your average head teacher's welcome, but very typical of Derbyshire. And as this week you've been looking at our local area, I thought it was a great way to start our assembly. Slightly bonkers, but this phrase, this well-known phrase for Derbyshire has now gone global thanks to a few Hollywood stars, and you'll see a little clip of that in just a minute.
New Hollywood Award, and it was given to you by your director, Angelina Jolie. She introduced you in a very unique way. Let's just show the clip.
It is my privilege to present the New Hollywood Award to the least Hollywood artist I know. Straight from Derby, A up me duck, Jack O'Connell.
Now, what does that mean, A up me duck? Well, I didn't know. I didn't understand what A up me duck is.
Well, Angelina's a big deal in Derby now, where I'm from.
You're from Derby. Where is Derby exactly?
It's very central, you know, smack bang in the middle, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So neither north nor south. Yeah, and we have the terminology A up, my duck. So A up being hello.
A up is hello.
Yeah. My duck means, well, it doesn't mean ducks as in the quacking bird-like animals.
I didn't think it did.
No, but I grew up assuming that was the case. I just thought we all referred to each other as ducks in Derby.
Right.
Well, no, I did the research, and apparently it's an old Latin phrase, which basically duke derives from. So Duke of York, Duke of Cambridge. And so that term was ducas in Latin. And so it stuck in Derby, so then later became duck.
It's a sign of, it was sort of a sign.
Means respected one, yeah.
Now, your accent, let's talk about it.
We're so fortunate to live in such a beautiful county. Derbyshire is renowned for the Peak District, the Derbyshire Dales. It's such a beautiful place to live. We are literally on the edge of the Peak District. And I never realised until doing a little bit of digging in preparation for this assembly that there is actually a Derbyshire anthem, and I'm going to share that with you now.
Hey, oh me duck, hear I cry, from riverside to moorland high, the green and blue of Derbyshire, our joy and pride. Dry stone walls that zigzag velvet green, running veins cross a tranquil peatland scene, heritage and history, it can only be. This is our Derbyshire, all roads will lead me here, no matter where in life I roam, back to familiar streets, tall mills, majestic peaks. This is my Derbyshire, my heart, my home. On the terrace in the town, feel the passion, hear the sounds of the Merlin's mighty engines roar, jewel of Derby's crown. Through every street and market square, age-old voices, you can hear them in the air. Our county's legacy, it can only be. This is our Derbyshire, roads will lead me here, no matter where in life I roam, back to ancient hills wrap their arms around and hold me tight. Sleeping chimneys draw near to me, while springs sing a gentle melody. Silent wings of a peregrine, it can only be. This is our Derbyshire. Roads will lead me here. No matter where in life I go. Back to familiar streets, to Mill's majestic peace. My Derbyshire, my Derbyshire, my heart's my home, my
I'm sure some of you will have focused some of your work this week on the local area in which you live. For many of you, that is Duffield or some of the surrounding villages. So you're going to know lots and lots about those villages, and I can't wait to see you again, and I'm sure that you will be able to share with me some of that learning that's taken place. So I thought I would share with you a little bit about my local area, Mickleover, or as I like to call it, mighty, mighty Mickleover. I have lived most of my life in Mickleover. For me, it's a great place, not only because of the opportunities it offers, the school that I went to, but also because a large proportion of my family live in Mickleover, so it's really easy to be able to walk and see them. Just like Duffield, Mickleover has lots and lots of schools. It has one secondary school, Murray Park, and it has lots of primary schools. I do have a favourite, Silver Hill Primary School. It's the primary school that I went to, and I loved my time at primary school. It was fabulous, and it was there that I decided that teaching was definitely the career that I wanted. There are lots of different churches in Mickleover, but I'm going to share with you one of the churches. This is All Saints Church, and growing up, I was raised in a Christian family, and we went to church regularly. Now, my brother had a fabulous singing voice, and he joined the church choir. Not wanting to be left out, story of my life, I also joined the church choir. Now, as we all know, it's commonly known, what I lack in ability in singing, I make up for in enthusiasm. And this is where it all started, my enthusiasm for singing, if not my ability. And so we joined the choir. Now, I have to tell you, I was a little bit of a rascal. My cousin Martin, who's also one of my best friends, also joined the choir. So quite a family thing. Now, it was in the 80s and 90s where neon clothing was a big thing. And myself and my cousin Martin often wore fluorescent pink, fluorescent yellow, fluorescent orange, fluorescent green items of clothing, in particular socks. And on one particular Sunday morning, my cousin and I decided that we would swap one sock each. So we had a fluorescent green and a fluorescent yellow sock. Little did we know, as we were walking down to the choir stands in our cassocks, everybody could see that we had mixed or odd fluorescent socks on. My mum was mortified, and I did get a little bit of a telling off. The most exciting thing happened a few days ago. I was looking through some of the Out of the Arc resources, which is the resource unit we use for our assemblies and for all the songs that we sing in school. And they've released a new song. I think it's a contender as a favourite alongside Conkers. And would you believe it? It rhymes with Conkers. They've actually brought out a song called Bonkers, and I have been playing it ever since. So Sunday morning, when we put our music on to listen around the house, it's no longer pop music or relaxing chill out tunes. No, no, no. It's the Bonkers song. Have a listen, sing along, see what you think. It's definitely a contender for my number one in terms of favourite school songs.
Bong, 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 this song is bonkers. Bong, 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 a nonsense song. Bong, 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 this song is bonkers. Bong, 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 a nonsense song. If you sing with an S and a sing with a line, there's probably sing with a double L Y. If you sing with an S and a sing with a line, there's probably sing with a double L Y. If you sing with a E and a sing with a heart, there's probably sing with a double yeehaw. If you sing with a E and a sing with a heart, there's probably sing with a double yeehaw. A B C 1 2 3, totally nonsense. Higgledy piggledy, wonderfully fun. A B C 1 2 3, totally nonsense. Higgledy piggledy, wonderfully fun. If you sing with an S and a 1 2 3, that's totally nonsense. Sing with an S and a higgledy, that's wonderfully fun. If you sing with an E and a sing with a heart, that's totally nonsense. Sing with an E and a sing with a heart, that's wonderfully fun. Sing a song is very sound bonkers. Sing along, but that's okay. You may think it's utter nonsense, but we'll sing it anyway. If you sing with an S and a song with a line, it's very sound bonkers. Sing with an S and a song with a line, that's very okay. If you sing with an E and a sing with a heart, it's very sound bonkers. Sing with an E and a sing with a heart, it's very way. Sing with an S and a song with a line, it's very sound bonkers. Sing with an S and a sing with a line, that's very If you sing with an E and a sing with a heart, it's very Sing with an E and a sing with a heart, it's very Bong, 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 this song is bonkers.
There are lots of similarities between villages, and just as Duffield has Croot's farm shop, Micklova has Hackwood farm shop. Micklova has some great shops, cafes, pubs, restaurants, really great places. An interesting fact for you: the bottom step of the Masons pub is actually higher than the top of Derby Cathedral. Fabulous fact, I love that. There are lots of great walks around Micklova and out into Radbourne. And at the back of where I live, there is something called the Sustrans Track, and it's an old disused railway. So the picture that you can see is Micklova Railway House, and behind there used to be a railway line. It's now been turned into a great walk, so it's been tarmacked over. You can walk along there, you can cycle along there. Absolutely fantastic. It's where I get a little bit of exercise from time to time. Well, I'm going to bring this assembly to a close now, and I hope that you have enjoyed last week's learning. I hope you look forward to this week's learning on viewpoints, which should be a really interesting week. Really hope that you're all keeping well still. And just to finish the assembly, I'm going to leave you with another song about Derbyshire. It's called My Derbyshire, and it was created in the 1970s just to lead out for the assembly. Stay safe, stay well, we miss you, and we'll see you soon.
the city from 9 until 5. For 5 dreary days I help industry thrive. But come the end of the week I'm up into the peak. There's where I'm grateful for being alive. A walk along Lathgildale's fine without doubt, to feel the cool woods and see pools filled with trout. And what can compare to that sweet scented air that drifts in from the hills and the fields round about? Come all you city slaves, throw out the life you crave. Take up the rucksack, root map and the briar, and step along out in style. Come with me walking, I'll show you the beauty of my Derbyshire. From Crowdy to Hartington's quite a good slog. By ropefield and footpath you merrily clog. And when the trek is complete, in the pub rest your feet. Sample a pint of the Devonshire's grog. Bassington stables I've hired horse and tack, though grace and the skill of the rider I lack. Still all my cares turn to dust with the sheer joy of just trekking a horse on a disused rail track. Come all you city slaves, throw out the life you crave. Take up the rucksack, root map and the briar, and step along out in style. Come with me walking, I'll show you the beauty of my Derbyshire. If hard walking is your bent, Kinder's the place. The going is tough as the footpaths you trace. At sights to remember of cold rugged splendour include the cascade on the downfall's rock face. When the day's ended we eagerly throng to cosy alehouses where free men belong. With laughter delighted we free souls united will down a few beers and raise voices in song. Come all you city slaves, throw out the life you crave. Take up the rucksack, root map and the briar, and step along out in style. Come with me walking, I'll show you the beauty of my Derbyshire. And step along out in style. Come with me walking, I'll show you the beauty